It's a new dawn, a new chapter, a new era in the history of hockey, a new competition embracing 5 continents and 2 hemispheres. The biggest teams, the biggest stars, the brightest prospects. Between them, world and Olympic champions, past and present. But this is all about the future. A global tournament never witnessed in the sport before. A new chance to establish the best nation on the planet. This is the FIH Pro League. Coming up, history in the making.
There was a mission being given to have a hockey revolution.
A fresh challenge.
As an hockey athlete, you want to play on the highest level, and the Pro League is the highest level.
And meet the teams taking part.
Everyone's fit, healthy, injury-free, and we're keen to get the tournament started.
But before the fireworks of a new campaign, time to chart the rise of one of the world's fastest and most exciting team sports. Versions of stick and ball games date back to ancient Egyptian times, and here depicted in Greek art around 500 BC. Fast forward through the centuries to a more recognisable form of hockey in the 1700s, found mainly in English public schools. Blackheath in southeast London, their claim? To be the first official hockey club, but with a cube, not a ball, and with 15 in each team, on a pitch nearly double the size of today's. And so, to Teddington Cricket Club in southwest London. Looking for a sport to see them through the cold winter months, in 1871 they came up with hockey as we know it today, played on a smaller pitch, 11 players on each side, and with a cricket ball, not that cube. 4 years later, the Hockey Association was formed and the sport spread quickly. In 1887, the first women's team, Molesey Ladies. Within a decade, the UK had around 200 clubs. 1895, the first international match, Ireland beating Wales. By the turn of the 20th century, hockey was taking off across Europe and beyond. To distant parts of the empire, especially to India. Following their first Olympic Games in 1928, India winning 7 of the next 9 golds, Pakistan the other 2 golds. Meanwhile, the women's game too, thriving at home and abroad. Crowds of up to 70,000 filling London's Wembley Stadium at the height of a hockey golden age. And in 1980, women's hockey at the Olympics at last. Zimbabwe, the surprise winners of the first gold medal. In the preceding decade, the start of the Hockey World Cup for both genders. Pakistan defeating India on their way to beating host Spain in the first men's final. 2 years later, the Dutch winning on home soil. 1975, India's turn to take the title, with victory over their arch-rivals. The Montreal Olympics of 1976, a sea change, the introduction of synthetic pitches. It largely spelt the end of India and Pakistan's dominance. Nations that could afford these artificial services would now rule hockey. The new powerhouses of the decades ahead, the Netherlands, Germany, Australia, in both the men's and women's game. In more recent years, Argentina and Belgium too. So that's how we got here. But now it's about forging a new path, creating new history, taking hockey in a new direction. 3 of the key reasons why the Pro League was formed.
In 2014, there was a mission being given to have a hockey revolution, to bring hockey to people and bring hockey to people at home.
The only chance that hockey really gets to the next level is if we excite the genuine sport fan.
Well, I think that is a sport which is really dynamic. What you can see is a lot of people giving the best, 100% every time.
The atmosphere is great on a hockey game. You have music, you have entertainment, you have everything what other sports do not permit.
The
vision must be that we play in stadiums one day in front of 20, 30,000. That needs to be the vision.
Playing in front of a lot of people is why you play the sport, so I think it's really cool that we can play games with the national team in our own country that are really important and for points.
Having the possibility of playing hockey in Argentina again will make hockey keep on growing. In our country, many young girls are still playing hockey. I think it's the first sport in our country in the part of women, and this will keep encouraging people to join.
I think hockey, especially in Great Britain, has just exploded. So I'm really personally looking forward to having sort of loads and loads of home games.
Then you have to keep the younger audience in mind, how to come on digital, how to come on TV. So it's all being planned in a very synchronized manner.
Hockey fans watching hockey on TV can watch it for a week and then wait 6 months to the next tournament, and I think if they can see it week on week, that'll make a difference, and I think it will really get a lot of fans hooked to the sport.
Great benefits for the players, I think, that they have suddenly top games every game.
As an hockey athlete, you want to play on the highest level, and the Pro League is the highest level, so it will be a tough year with a lot of traveling, but yeah, I hope some fancy matches.
See, finally, yes, every athlete should feel that they can make a career out of the sport. That's very important, and that's I think, the direction we are all moving in.
All of Australia, all of the world will get to see bigger teams and more games, so it's really important that we get it off the ground well.
I'm really excited to get started. It's something so different, and you know, what better way to see the world than just getting around competing against the best nations in the world.
Shortly, we'll find out more about what exactly is the Pro League and how it'll work. But first, time to unveil the teams involved. Taking part will be 9 men and 9 women's teams, representing 11 nations spread across 5 continents and 2 hemispheres. Among them, all 4 current world and Olympic champions. In this show, we'll be taking a look at all the contenders taking part, so let's start with one of the most successful countries to grace the sport. The largest country in Oceania, Australia has also established itself as a giant of hockey with an enviable track record. Australia's men, the Kookaburras, are 3-time World Cup winners, former Olympic gold medalists, and the current World League and Champions Trophy champions. Led by the experienced Aaron Zalewski and Eddie Ockenden, the likes of Tim Brand and Jake Harvey ensure the next generation is on course to continue the team's prominence.
It's the first time we've done it, and we're a bit of a test run, and I'm sure it will go well, and hopefully for hockey in the future we can play a part of setting it up for future generations and being a really good positive thing for hockey.
Australia's Hockeyroos also boast a formidable CV. Twice World Cup champions, thrice Olympic champions, and 6 times Champions Trophy winners. Seemingly unbeatable in the 90s, the rise of other nations has limited the trophy cabinet in recent years, but the team is still consistently challenging for titles, helped by the talismanic Jodie Kenny.
I'm one of the defenders. I'm also a drag flicker and a key person in our penalty corners. So it's essential that I execute there as well. And look, we're super hungry. We're ready to go. Everyone's fit, healthy, injury-free, and we're keen to get the tournament started.
When we come back, a new format, a new future.
You're going to see that speed, that pace, that aggression.
Dutch dominance.
I think every game will be sold out. I think there'll be 3,000 to 5,000 people at least at each game.
And world beaters.
It's a nice group to be part of, a lot of fun.
You're watching the preview show for the FIH Pro League, a brand new and groundbreaking innovation featuring some of the world's best teams to bring hockey to a new audience and the next generation. This is how it will work. The Pro League is made up of 18 teams, 9 men and 9 women, representing 11 different nations.
You're going to see that speed, that pace, that aggression, that quality, that finesse, everything you will see in a game called hockey.
Each team in the league will play the other 8, home and away, playing 16 matches in a round-robin format.
There will be home games, away games, over 6 months.
I think it's pretty cool for all the nations to have this one big game at home against every good nation.
Between them, 144 home games will be played.
The Pro League is all about equality. We have the same amount of players, women and men. We have the same amount of umpires, technical directors, same amount of games, same amount of prize money, same amount of broadcast hours, women and men.
We are able to get there, I think, 32 players, not just 18. That's good because we can change, give younger players the options to play this big games early in her career.
I think having 32 players playing Pro Leagues good for countries to get more experience and get a broader base of players playing international hockey. The challenge of travelling and playing games is also positive to give players the experience of getting out to other countries and playing in different environments.
Once these matches are completed, the top 4 teams in each league will go through to a grand final in the home of one of the great hockey nations, the Netherlands. This will be contested over the last weekend of June.
Prize money will be a game changer as well there when first time in international hockey you will have prize money for people to be paid.
A grand total of 152 matches to decide the first Pro League champions.
It's going to be great for world hockey to see in all major cities and many different countries that international hockey on a regular basis, and we're really excited about that for Australia.
Each match will be live, more than 450 broadcast hours.
You can see every game live if you want. Yeah, even if it's in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere, you can see it all live.
With the latest technology and devices ensuring the fans have an up-close and personal experience, whether they're at the game, watching from home, or anywhere in the world.
Because we're travelling all around the world, we've got more home games. I'm hoping that hockey's going to be even more visible, and that's what we need, not just in our country but throughout the world. And that's what, as players, I'm sure throughout all the nations are really hoping for, that will happen from the Pro League.
Linear and digital platforms will guarantee consistent and regular viewing engagement with the sport. A new format, forging new rivalries to win a new title, all on a scale never seen before in the sport.
Yeah, the format is good because all the matches are for points, and it's not just like a test match or something. You really need to be there every time you play a match.
It promises to be a groundbreaking competition, taking hockey to new heights. Continuing our team profiles, no hockey competition would be complete without the Netherlands. A small European nation with a huge reputation. The Dutch women have firmly established themselves as the world's best of this and perhaps any generation. 3 times Olympic champions, 8 times world champions, 9 times European champions, #1 in the hero rankings.
Former World Player of the Year Alison Annan has coached the side to peerless heights. Leadevai Velten and Kitty Van Maar among the most potent strikers in the game.
The current world champions still hungry for more success.
I think every game will be sold out. I think there'll be 3,000 to 5,000 people at least at each game. And for us it'll be a good challenge to play in front of a very critical group of people and to perform each game.
Not to be outdone, the Dutch men have also enjoyed a wealth of titles over the years. The 2-time Olympic winners and triple world champions have been finalists at the last 2 World Cups and are consistently a top 4 side. Within their ranks, the elegant Robert Kemperman, Jorrit Kroon, a rising star, and the mercurial Mirko Prauser, arguably the deadliest finisher in the sport.
In front of my home crowd is always crazy. Last year we had the European Cup in our hometown in Amsterdam, and it's always full. Hockey is our second biggest sport in the country, so it's always nice to play in your own country. When you're there, it's all or nothing. So I think it will be fancy and a lot of nice matches.
While the Dutch can already rely on huge home support, at the heart of the new Pro League is the aim to generate a new fan base across the world. So for newcomers to the sport, here's your essential guide to the rules. Hockey is an 11-a-side game with 7 substitutes who can roll on and off at any time. For the Pro League, a coach can pick 18 players from a squad of 32. The pitch is divided into 4 with lines at the halfway point and 23 metres from each goal. Players may only use the flat side of the stick and can score only from inside the semicircle in front of the goal, also called the D. A player can be tackled from in front, from the side or from behind, as long as it's deemed safe. A free hit is awarded if a player touches the ball with any part of the body except when the hand is in contact with the stick, if more than one player attempts a tackle, or if a player causes an obstruction. If a player intentionally hits the ball behind their goal line, or if there's an infringement inside the D, a short or penalty corner is given. The clock is stopped for 40 seconds when this happens, or when a goal is scored. For a penalty corner, only the keeper and 4 players can defend the goal. The rest must be in the other half of the pitch. If a defender intentionally makes a foul inside the D, a penalty stroke is given, 6.5 metres from the goal line. For any uncleared or disputed incidents, there is a referral system to a video umpire, who has access to all camera angles and the latest Hawkeye technology. Both teams also have the option to request 1 referral during a match if they disagree with a decision inside the D. If proved correct, they keep their referral and can use it again. If they're wrong, they lose their referral for the rest of the game. A match is played over 4 quarters, each lasting 15 minutes, with the 2 sides swapping ends at half-time. In the Pro League, the winning team gets 3 points, the loser none. If a game ends in a draw, both teams earn 1 point, but will then have a shootout to earn a bonus point. In a shootout, each team nominates 5 players who each have 8 seconds to score, starting from the 23-metre line. If still level, it then goes to sudden death. So that's how the game is played. Now back to the teams involved. Next up, let's head to South America. Argentina is the 8th largest country in the world and in recent decades has produced some of the finest hockey stars ever seen. The men's status in the sport reached new heights when they took Olympic gold in Rio, 2 years after bronze at the 2014 World Cup. The Lions' hero ranking has recently slipped from 2 to 4, but they still possess a team full of match winners. Agustin Matsili, always a threat inside the D.
Lucas Villa, known for both his goals and assists, and in Gonzalo Pelliat, the man widely recognized as the world's best drag flicker.
When you keep winning, the team gave the confidence, and I think it's really important, of course, to try to play always in the best on the tournament and try to play with the best teams. But in this tournament it's tough, and you need to win to play the finals.
Inspired by 8-time World Player of the Year Luciana Aymar, since the turn of the century, Argentina's Lionesses have won 2 World Cups, 2 Olympic silvers and 7 Champions Trophy titles. Captain Delfina Merino has since taken on the title of the world's best player, leading a team that includes sharpshooting Maria Renato and the ever-reliable Carla Rebecki.
This team is really special because we worked really hard since January all together. I think we put aside a lot of things of our daily life, and we put all our energy into national team. So we are really connected, we really know ourselves, and we have a good time together also.
From the world's best female player to the world's best male player, the Belgian defender Arthur van Doren recently added the World Cup player of the tournament to a long list of accolades. But he's not the only Van Doren in the national team.
My name is Loïc van Doren. I'm 22 years old and I'm the second goalkeeper of the Red Lions.
I'm his brother, Arthur van Doren, 24, and I'm a defender for the Red Lions.
This is Belgium in overdrive.
We had a good childhood together, we had a good bond.
We did everything together. We did pretty much every sport in the backyard. Everything was competition, so nothing was just for fun. Yeah, I can remember playing hours and hours in. Was it ping pong or was it football? Was it hockey? The funny thing was in the beginning he was still a bit younger, so I could pretty easily, or it was easy to win. Once he got a bit older, I started having a bit more trouble beating him, so that was pretty fun.
I've beaten him many times. Maybe in the beginning, not so much. He's the type of guy who always wants to win. Luckily for me, I'm also that type of guy. So
What a finish by Arthur van Doren!
Good competition. Yeah. It's special. In the beginning, you're also busy with how he's doing. In my case, he's a little bit younger, and he's only 22 and already playing in a big side on international hockey. So I was also busy with how he's playing, which is funny, of course, because you often have enough pressure for yourself. So it's a special feeling. Something I always loved. I played with him and won numerous titles in Belgium. So it's you have really nice memories together on and off the pitch. So it's a nice thing. He's sneaky fast for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, just
short
5 meters.
Short
5
distance,
meters.
though.
When it gets longer, I'm not so good.
You don't have to. You're a goalkeeper.
No, you don't.
He's sneaky fast, but I reckon.
I think he's the athlete. I think he's good in hockey. For the rest, not everything is like ping pong. I'm always better. Ping pong, all my life I've been better.
You don't have to lie for the camera.
No, it's so true. That's so typical, my brother.
While we leave the Van Doren brothers to argue, let's check out their nation's credentials. Located just south of the Netherlands, the hockey genes have now crossed the border to a country that has stepped firmly into the limelight. Belgium's men were runners-up at both the last Olympics and Euro Hockey Championships. But 2018 would prove to be their year, becoming the first Belgian team in any sport to be crowned World Cup champions. The victory also lifted the Red Lions to the top of the Hero World Rankings for the first time in their history. Alexander Hendricks finished the tournament joint top goal scorer. Arthur van Doren was named World Player and Young Player of the Year in the same 12 months. And lifting the trophy, combative captain Thomas Briels.
Yeah, it's weird, but I'm already 11 years in the team, so I know all the guys really well. And it's a really fun team to be part of. A lot of guys play already a lot of years together, so we're also friends off the field. And we train really hard when we have to, so yeah, it's cool.
Belgium will now hope the men's success will rub off on the women, whose World Cup bronze 40 years ago remains their landmark achievement. But even if they've not yet fulfilled their potential, the promise is there.
Head coach Niels Thijssen has taken some notable scalps since he was promoted to the senior role and can count on the experience of veterans like Anouk Rice and Jill Boone to help blood in the younger talent.
It's really cool because I'm part of both generations, the one that started 10 years ago where we had not a lot of things and the results weren't great, and to be part of the next generation that are actually from time to time winning some games. It's just fantastic to see how much potential there is in this team and to still be part of it.
When we come back, Olympic champions, grand finals, and a rising star. This is the FIH Pro League Preview Special, a brand new era for hockey with the first global round-robin tournament to be played between 18 of the world's best men's and women's nations, including the current Olympic champions. If Britain's history wasn't already rich enough, it can also take credit as host to the most recent Women's World Cup. But it was the 2016 Rio Olympics where the women made history of their own, defeating the Dutch to take a first ever gold. That victory came a year after the team, playing as England, had won a second Euro hockey gold and took them to number 2 in the world. Among them, formidable defender Holly Pearn-Webb and the talented Lily Owsley.
I'm
really excited to get started. It's something so different and something we practice a lot in training, trying to win one-off, sessions, one-off games, and yeah, hopefully we can implement that. But at the moment, it's just excitement and yeah, a bit of apprehension, no idea what to expect, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Looking to emulate the 13 years of success he enjoyed as head coach of the women's team is Danny Kerry, now with Britain's men. The early signs are positive, having guided England to the semi-final of the 2018 World Cup with a wealth of experienced players. They include a triumvirate of captains: George Pinner, Ian Sloan and Phil Roper.
To play the top teams more regularly really puts you on in good stead to try and understand and improve as a team. Getting more regular fixtures is what I think every player wants. You want to play matches all the time. We're excited, hopefully play some exciting hockey in front of big crowds.
The target for Britain's men and women will be to finish in the first 4 of their respective pro leagues in order to advance to the grand final, the climax of the 6-month tournament. Here's how it will work. The grand final will see the top 4 teams from both the men's and women's table come together for the Pro League finale. This will take place over the last 4 days of June in the European hotbed of hockey, the Netherlands. During that period, the first place finishers will play the 4th best team and second will play 3rd. The losers of those games will fight it out in a bronze medal match. The winners will go on to contest the final, with the victor crowned the first ever Pro League champions.
You are the 4 final teams who made it to the 4 top teams, and you have then the pleasure to go to the Netherlands.
Holland is really special because wherever you go, you can smell hockey. Everybody knows you and you are in the magazines or even in the news, something that in Spain doesn't happen. We only talk about Messi and Cristiano. Spain has potential and we want to be in that big event.
To play the last 4 in your hometown will be crazy. Hockey lives in Holland and I think we can show that to the world.
I think that the grand final will be great. It's in Holland that is the best place to play hockey for me, and we hope to be there to have that experience also.
What I love about the grand final is the way all the audience in the world would be involved at that time to see the end result of that culminating into who is the champion of that tournament for which we have been working hard for the last 5 years.
We saw Holland can organize tournaments in the past. We saw the World Cup in Den Haag was in a football stadium. Was really cool. We saw the European Cup sold out as well. Played in front of 8,000 Dutch fans. So we know already they're going to do an amazing job.
For the first grand final in the Netherlands, the local support will certainly expect to be cheering on both their home nations, especially the women who are currently in a league of their own.
I kind of have to lead the team. I'm the captain of the team and I'm the oldest of the team. So I have a lot of experience. We're friends, we know each other off and on the field, and I'm not doing this thing alone, so that's a good feeling. I'm not the leader that will be like, this is how I see it and this is how we're gonna do it. I think I want to hear everybody's opinion. In the pitch we need all 11 players to play well, and of course I'll be the one that will say, okay, we need to move more to the left or right, or now we need to play more press, or that's what my call is gonna be, but I need everybody. For me, I just want to win, and some people say like, yeah, but you won everything, so maybe you get bored. That's what people say. I'm like, bored of winning? You don't get bored of winning. You're like an addict, you know. You want more. I know what winning feels like, and it feels really good, and you don't get bored of winning. I can't stand losing. If I lose, I'm sick for like a week or even more. If I remember the Olympic final, the Rio final, then I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I don't like to look at my silver medal that much. When I look at it, it's like gone. I think the World Cup in The Hague, 2014, as a team we played, I think, so good.
Nederland is opnieuw wereldkampioen voor de 7e keer in de geschiedenis.
No goals against. Winning all our matches, yeah, I think that felt in our home, like full orange crowd stadium. That was that was pretty cool. It's one of the biggest sports in Holland. I mean, if you look at it, at the tournaments we play and the games we play here, there's always a big crowd. And I think because we are doing well with our top teams, the men and the women's team, the club system here is so good. A lot of other athletes want to play in Holland, and I know why. It's a high level and it's fun.
While Caerleon is part of the most successful team of this era, there are other nations hoping the Pro League will help them to reach new heights. With the world's highest population of 1.4 billion, China has managed to produce some successful hockey stars. For the women, 2002 saw Champions Trophy gold and bronze at the World Cup, followed 6 years later with silver at the Summer Olympics on home soil. Since then, they've struggled to reach those heights, but remain in the Hero Rankings top 10 and can always rely on captain Kui Ju-ja to put her body on the line. The United States, a global giant, leading the way in several sports, but not necessarily known for its rich hockey background. However, the women have been regular qualifiers at the last 3 Olympics, finished 4th at the 2014 World Cup, and have twice been Pan American champions. They're now coached by former Dutch world and Olympic champion Janneke Schopman.
I always have had great respect from the players, and they want to learn and they want to get better, and especially because, yeah, you have the experience, have won those titles. I'm a winner, and that's kind of what I always want to do. I want to compete, and they want that too.
Politics has meant that Pakistan's men will be the only nation not to play their home matches on home soil. But the country itself boasts one of the most impressive records in the game. Their 4 World Cup titles remains the highest in the men's game, to go alongside 3 Olympic golds and 3 Champions Trophy wins. The challenge is that the last of these came in the mid-90s, and it's been a struggle to reach those heights since. However, the modern squad still has plenty of talent, including tireless captain Mohamed Rizwan Senior and defender Mohamed Irfan.
If we will look since last 10 years and now, they're getting improved, and that they work a lot on the school level, on the academy levels. So I'm hoping the glory will come back very soon. Hockey is a loving game, and if you watch on the live, you can enjoy more than cricket and other sports.
Situated mainly on the Iberian Peninsula, Spain's sporting pedigree has been dominated by the national team's footballing success in recent decades. But the men's hockey team has also enjoyed its own triumphs: 2 European titles, a Champions Trophy win, 2 Olympic and 3 World Cup silvers. An experienced squad includes Marc Salles, who recently became the latest player to join the 200 club of appearances, alongside captain Miguel Delas.
Our team, I think it's a really good balance between experienced players and youngsters, that they are really fresh and they are really talented. I would like to say that we are not really a national team, because we have been working a lot, and we are now a team. That means that we connect really good, we link it really good, and I think that we are ready to shine in here.
Spain will also have the honour of staging the first ever Pro League match when they host newly crowned World Cup winners Belgium in Valencia on January the 19th. The Spanish may not start as the favourites to take the Pro League title, but could cause some surprises, especially with the help of one of the sport's rising stars.
I started hockey when I was very young, I think 5 or 6 years old. Hockey is a traditional sport, I think, and my father played hockey when he was young, and he played in the top club in Madrid, Club de Campo, and now I'm playing in Club de Campo. Playing for Spain, I think it's very special. I think it's represent your nation. Obviously, is the best thing that you can do in your job. And playing with all my teammates, I think it's the best part. When I entered in the national team, I was very young. The time. Playing for Spain, I think when I was 14 years old and under 16, I think in England. So I put my hands then and put my head up. And it's very emotional. All the guys like Pau Quemada, Sergi taught me, and I think that's perfect. The Spanish league, I think, is not the best league. I think like Holland or Belgium. I think it's similar to Belgium, and I think in Spanish there are 4 or 5 top teams, but in this nation like Holland there are 12 teams that play very, very well. My dreams obviously is can win the World Cup. I think is the best and obviously play Olympic Games. I was not in Rio de Janeiro, but hopefully Tokyo. New Pro League, there are not a lot of matches, so we stay I think 2 weeks for only one match. So for me it's perfect because you play against Australia and then you can see all the beats, all the cultures of this, and the other teams is like Belgium, Germany, Holland. You can improve your hockey, you can play at a very high level, so I think it's very perfect.
Still to come, captain's fantastic, German drive, and a new look New Zealand. On January the 19th, a new title race will begin to change the face of hockey. The new FIH Pro League, bringing fans closer to 18 of the world's best men's and women's teams, vying to become champions. In the men's draw, one of the top draws will be Australia, looking to reclaim their world #1 status with the help of their dual captains.
Zaluski into the back of the net.
Aaron Zaluski, co-captain of the Kookaburras.
Ockenden onto the backboard.
Eddie Ockenden, co-captain of the Kookaburras.
Ed and myself, we have different qualities that we bring to the team, and I think just the ability to share that role really allows us to excel in those qualities. Ed's obviously been around for quite a while, played over 300 games for Australia, so such a calming influence, and he works really well with individual players, and it's great to have someone to lean on.
I really enjoy sharing the role. I think I much prefer it to have someone to bounce ideas off, and we are very good friends, but we're also a little bit different. We have the same, I think, ideas and goals where we want the team to be, and the last few months we've been doing it, I actually really prefer it over if I had to do it myself.
Here's Ockenden to make it 2. Ockenden extends Australia's lead.
I think the reason probably is just because we're stronger as two than we are individually. We lost Mark Knowles as captain and player in April, and he was obviously a big influence on the group over a long, long time. So we're very different to Knowlesy, and I think as two and as our leadership group, we were able to fill the void better as a team rather than one person. Well, Moose is he's a very good player, which I think helps the team. He's in our midfield and been performing at such a high level, particularly over the last 2 years. So to have someone with such good skills and influence on the team in the middle of the field, I think on-field definitely helps us. And off-field, Moose has improved a lot in being just a real vocal leader, expressing his views and opinions and what he thinks we should be doing as a team.
He's good as well. He's tactically really sound, so whenever we're in a meeting or looking through code or on the pitch, Eddie always knows kind of the right thing to do, and the players really respond to that and listen to what he has to say. So he's a very positive influence on the group.
Australia may start as one of the favourites, but there are plenty of others also in the running, including these. A global leader in several industrial and technological sectors, it's no surprise Germany should be at the forefront of another major international innovation. Germany's men are among the most decorated in hockey. 2-time World Cup champions, 4-time Olympic gold medalists, and 10-time Champions Trophy winners. Currently 6th in the Hero World Rankings, the squad is full of big names, including Mats Grambusch, recognised as one of the world's top midfielders, and Tobias Hauke, the old guard with over 300 caps.
I think it's pretty cool for all the nations to have this one big game at home against every good nation. Hopefully get full stadiums and really amazing games, not just test matches in front of 100 people. So it's like every single match is like a World Cup match. So that's pretty much, I think, cool.
Germany's women are hero ranked one place higher than their male counterparts. 2 golds and 6 medals from 14 World Cup appearances makes them the 4th most successful team in women's World Cup history. But their last major wins came the 2004 Olympics and 2006 Champions Trophy. Look out for the clinical finishing of Charlotte Stappenhorst and calm captaincy of Jana Molavila.
Everything's possible. Actually, these days, the World League of women's hockey is quite close together, so everyone could beat everyone. So it's a new format, but we will see what happens.
Integral to the Pro League is the access it provides for the entire hockey community. In January, the FIH launched a dedicated broadcast platform, FIH Live. FIH Live will connect coaches, officials, players, families, friends and fans. It's also where you can see all the action. The first ever live broadcast will be FIH Pro League, January the 19th, Spain versus Belgium men. And if you miss the match, FIH Live will have extensive highlights to enjoy. Last but not least, time to meet our final contenders for the title. Located in the southwest Pacific, New Zealand is likely to be the furthest most nations will travel during the Pro League, but well worth the visit. After years of near misses, in 2018 New Zealand's women finally finished the tournament as champions when they beat nearest rivals Australia to win Commonwealth gold. Before that, their best had been bronze at the World Cup, Olympics and twice at the Champions Trophy.
Looking to bring continued success to the team, the pacey and skillful Anita McLaren, the ever-reliable Sam Charlton and tenacious skipper Stacey Mickelson.
I think the positive thing with our group is that we have continued to improve, and that's definitely one of our big focuses, is that we always want to be moving forward, and there's still so much that we want to achieve. And I think just, the belief that we have in ourselves and the support that we have behind us allows us to keep doing that.
Following silver to Australia at the Commonwealth Games, a positive 2018 World Cup was enough to lift the men's Black Sticks to 8th in the Hero World Rankings, but it's a long time since their greatest triumph, gold at the 1976 Olympics. Leading the fight to make the Pro League the perfect platform to put the country firmly back among the biggest teams are captain Blair Tarrant, the young but impressive Hayden Phillips, and star player Shay McAleese.
Big thing is our club competition in New Zealand probably a little bit lacklustre. That's why a lot of our guys go over and play in Europe. But their ability to play regular hockey, even bring games to New Zealand and just bring all those top nations to New Zealand as well. The publicity around the game should be really big. So I'm hoping that wherever we play that it will be really well followed.
That's all the teams, but the FIH also want you at home to play a starring role in the new Pro League. So if you've got what it takes, get involved. So the wait is over. It all starts on January the 19th. Join us on TV, tablet, smartphone, or at the game for the season curtain raiser. Spain versus World Cup champions Belgium as the FIH Pro League takes off.